What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of MG Nights. I'm TieFly85, and today what I want to talk to you about is, in our last video, I did talk about, I opened up the fried crate for midnight snack. If you guys haven't checked that out, definitely go do. But in that video, I talked about how Disney actually now acquired a bunch of horror movies. And so in this video, what I want to go ahead and do is kind of just somewhat break down basically what they did acquire. So, like, not necessarily just horror movies, but like just the movies that they did acquire, and also obviously the horror movies as well. So let's just go ahead and break that down. So I did pull up, I found some articles here. In the first one that we're going to take a peek at is kind of like, what movies did they acquire? Now, as you can see right here, they did acquire basically all of the Alien movies, so every single one. Also, all of the Predators. So I don't know if any of you have seen the most recent Predator. It was pretty good. It was alright. The one that did come out before that, though, was, I think, a lot better. So definitely quite a few. Here's Prometheus, so obviously another Alien. Here's the new remake of the Poltergeist, so all of the Poltergeists. Then we also have the new Frankenstein, Jennifer's Body. If none of you have seen that, it's pretty good. There's Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. That was actually a really good one. I really do like, vampire movies or anything like kind of zombie related, but this movie about Abraham Lincoln as a vampire hunter is freaking awesome. If none of you have seen it, I'd highly recommend you check it out. Alien vs. Predator. Now, 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later, I love those movies. They're so good. If any of you have seen it, definitely let me know down below if you guys also like that movie. It definitely, I'd say it's up there pretty high on my list. Rocky Horror Picture Show was definitely a shocker when I for some reason didn't remember that was a 20th Century Fox. Jeepers Creepers, and quite a few others on that list. This is just a few here, just as a quick search that I was able to find kind of right away. Now, this next list that I wanted to go ahead and pull up here just to kind of show you guys, this is from basically it's Wikipedia, but here's all the movies from 2000 to present, right? So for the last, 9 years basically. So I mean, look at all these movies that they just acquired. The Beach. I mean, just look at them. X-Men, which we obviously knew about. The Digimon movie. This kind of brings me back, because I remember seeing quite a few of these movies in the theater. Dude, Where's My Car? With Ashton Kutcher. Oh my gosh, so Monkey Bone. Moulin Rouge. Such a great movie. I definitely love musicals, so. The Deep End. I got quite a few here. Shallow Hal. Oh gosh, that's such an old movie with Jack Black. I'm sure if any of you remember that one. Behind Enemy Lines, such a good movie. It's about World War II snipers. Just recently watched it. Such a great movie. I've seen it many times before. It's a great rewatch for any of you who are familiar with it. Obviously, Disney already owns all the Star Wars and anything basically Star Wars related. Minority Report. Gotta love that one with Tom Cruise. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely loved Minority Report. Look at this, Die Another Day. So now we got James Bond movies going in there. Here's Brittany Murphy's, one of Brittany Murphy's last movies right there on January 10th, 2003. Just Married right there. Very sad. I really did like Brittany Murphy quite a bit. Daredevil, which, obviously is already Marvel. I really did like the Daredevil. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of crap for it, but I did like Ben Affleck as Daredevil, so whatever. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I loved that movie. Now, I know a lot of people really hated that movie, and Sean Connery, I guess apparently from all the stuff that I've seen and read and heard about, is like, I guess he just really did not want to play that character, and he was contractually obligated to. And so, I don't know, I guess when I watched it, I didn't really get the feel that he didn't want to be in the movie, period. Like, I didn't really catch that, but I guess he did, so, yeah, pretty sad. I liked it. Here's Cheaper by the Dozen, Passion of the Christ. That'll be interesting to see how Disney will handle that one. I mean, as you're looking through a lot of these movies here, you can see that a lot of these movies are R-rated, PG-13, right? So Disney's not well known for having R-rated movies, or mostly anything PG-13 as well. They do obviously have a few things, but it's pretty rare overall anyways. I mean, with the new Disney streaming service, Disney Plus, it makes me really wonder what's going to happen to all of these movies, because you know that most of these movies are not a part of what you would consider like the Disney, side of Disney, which is really family oriented. So I just kind of wonder where a lot of these are going to fall when it comes to the streaming service. I'm really curious to see about that. I really haven't read much about it or heard anything about it, so if anybody does know anything specifically related to that, I'd be interested to hear it. Also, too, I totally remember this. Here's one thing, too. I really do loved all of the X-Men, like the old original X-Men movies, but The Omen. Does anybody remember when The Omen came out? It came out on 6/6/2006. It just was like they purposely waited to release it on that specific day, which I thought was a pretty interesting. I do remember seeing that movie. It was a really good movie. I liked it. It was a pretty good remake. I mean, look at all these movies. There's so many movies. Aragon. That actually, one of the tattoo I have on my back is of Aragon. It's like a Celtic dragon. It's pretty awesome. I love that movie. Love anything kind of Celtic. Reno 911. I mean, you gotta love like these. I mean, a lot of these movies, man. They're just really great. Now, moving on from these, I wanted to show you here. Let me just kind of scroll through a little bit faster. I know a lot of you are probably just like, I was kind of looking through that. Here's 2010s, right? So you got X-Men First Class. Here's kind of the newer stuff. Got a lot of newer movies in here. Prometheus, Abraham Lincoln, Ice Age, Lincoln. If none of you have seen Lincoln, which is like the life of Abraham Lincoln by Daniel Day-Lewis, played Lincoln. It's a freaking amazing movie. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. Like, you're living under a rock if you haven't, because it's definitely an epic movie for sure. It's a very epic, like, drama, realistic kind of thing. Let's see here. Sorry, let me get a little further down here. They also now own Young Frankenstein, which is, Gene Wilder. Definitely love that guy. He's so hilarious. Here we go. Upcoming films. So I wanted to show this to you. Like, these are productions that are like coming out this year, so that are already done, right? We have Terminator: Dark Fate, Ford vs. Ferrari, Spies in Disguise, Kingsman: The Great Game, which I did like the first two Kingsmen, so that'll be great to see another one of those. The New Mutants, finally, like after 40 years. That one, though, is showing it's not coming out till 2020, so that'll be a while on that. I did not know that they were making a Bob's Burger movie, so that'll be pretty awesome to see. So for Fox Animation, to see that. It looks like Steven Spielberg might be coming back out here for the West Side Story, because that's kind of one of the movies that kind of, made him huge back in the beginning with Amblin Entertainment, was West Side Story. He was obsessed with it, really. And then obviously we have all 50 avatars that are coming out from now until eternity. They only are showing 2 and 3, but they've slated it all the way out as far as, most people know. Now here's films in development. I am kind of stoked. I didn't even know half of these were actually happening, so I was pretty stoked when I saw it. But you got Mega Man there at the top of the list. I'm really hoping too that this Mega Man isn't like an animated Mega Man. I hope this is a live action Mega Man, and not like, if any of you have seen the Sonic trailer, like, have any of you seen the Sonic trailer? Like, it looks like total crap. And I love the fact that there was so much outrage in that the director is going back and now like redoing the entire movie to fix it. Magic the Gathering, I'm honestly surprised that they hadn't already made a Magic, considering that we had like Dungeons and Dragons from the 90s, which I actually love that movie, for any of you. Big Trouble in Little China 2, I haven't heard anything about that, but that's going to be awesome. Escape from New York, so I'm wondering now if those two movies, it seems like Escape from New York is probably going to be a remake, but Big Trouble in Little China is going to be a sequel, so that'll be cool. We got Deadpool 3. And then, speaking of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, as you can see, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is being remade as well. So that'll be good, because I always wanted that to continue on. It wasn't enough, and there was definitely plenty of story there that they could have kept that going for quite a while. Alita Battle Angel 2, if any of you, I'm actually excited for that, because if any of you have seen Alita Battle Angel, you'll know how amazing it was. I mean, it was a great movie. It was so good. I liked it. If you haven't seen it, go see it. The Greatest Showman 2, like I said, as all of you know, I already love musicals, so pretty excited to see that. I'm not super excited by the next one there, Clue. Now, I loved the original Clue with all of the actors that were in it, and I feel like there are just some movies that just shouldn't be touched or redone. And I know that Clue is based off of a board game, but it's just such a cult. It's kind of like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, right? It's just something that shouldn't be touched or redone. It's just a cult classic that's just perfect the way it is, right? I mean, if any of you disagree, definitely let me know down below, but I mean, come on. Like, let's stop with the remakes already. I mean, we can do some original stuff. I mean, look what they're doing. Alita Battle Angel is pretty original. Mega Man, Magic is going to be original. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway, sorry, moving on from that. Puff the Magic Dragon. You got the Simpsons movie 2. The Family Guy movie, which will be pretty interesting. I'm wondering where they're going to go with that. And with kind regards from kindergarten. Not quite sure what the rest of these are. But, I mean, definitely quite a few movies that are coming out that are basically films in development right now. So it'll be interesting to see how Disney, I assume, in all of the talks and everything that happened with the takeover, that most of all of these movies are probably still being made, are going to be made. Some of them may be put on the back burner, who knows, but I really hope that Magic the Gathering, Mega Man, and League of Extraordinary Gentlemen definitely get made, because I would love to see the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen continue on, because it was definitely setting up what was going to be an amazing franchise, and it was pretty sad to see what actually did happen to it overall. It'd be very interesting to see how that all plays out as far as like with all of these movies. What do you guys think? Do you think the Disney Plus service is going to have all of these movies? I mean, it really doesn't seem like a lot of these movies are within the Disney branding, or, you know, fall under the umbrella of Disney. I just don't know how exactly they're going to pull that off. Personally, I think that most likely maybe they'll start a separate horror streaming service, or I just don't know, because there's so many horror movies that, I mean, technically I guess that they could start just a strictly horror franchise streaming, I guess, if you really wanted to. Alrighty guys, well that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I definitely do appreciate your time. If you guys did end up liking this episode, please go ahead and slap that like button. Also too, if you're new here to the episode, welcome to the channel. If you'd like to stick around and watch further videos as I post them, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below with the bell notification to know when I post new videos. Alrighty guys, as again, thank you so much, and always remember, stay awesome.